Testing, testing. All right. Yep, says I'm live. How's it going, everyone? I am back with another live stream of narrating this week's videos live. So I can see the chat blowing up. I'm assuming everything is going smoothly so far. I brought in an internet technician to figure out the issues with the delays that I've had in previous streams, so fingers crossed that this one goes 100% smoothly. And without further ado, I will get started with the first script. This is for the chills video this week. It's 12 people who vanished caught on video. Every day, ordinary people are taken by strangers while going about their normal routines. My hope is that maybe we can put our heads together and give their families some closure. Or at least figure out who or what took them away. Always pay attention to your surroundings and be safe. Number 12, The Stranger. This video was recorded on a home surveillance camera in June of 2017. A woman in Sylmar, California, has a short conversation with someone she doesn't know very well and starts to walk away, but the man she was talking with decides that their interaction is not over just yet. He stomps over to her and grabs her by the hair from behind. Then he forcefully pushes her into his van. She tries to get out and he pushes her back even hard. She tries to get out and he pushes her back in even harder and then takes off. There's also someone in the passenger seat who barely moves while all of this is going on. What's most surprising is that this all occurred in the middle of the day, which goes to show that these kinds of things can happen to you or me at any time. Police have no idea who any of these people are, not even the victim, and they are asking for your help. Please call the number in the description if anybody in these videos looks familiar. Thank you for the super chat so far. And yeah, if you have any questions for me, my plan is to answer them in between the script narration. So I have 2 videos to narrate for you guys today. So if you guys have any questions, leave them in the chat. I actually have moderators for once, so I asked them to let me know if they see any good questions, and I'll also try to read through them as well. Number 11, bride taking. The practice of bride taking happens all too often in certain areas of Russia, where unlucky young girls are taken off of the street and forced into marriage. Here you see a 16-year-old girl walking home from school when a man suddenly grabs her from behind and throws her to the ground. It looks as though a woman in red is about to put a stop to this, but she picks the girl up and helps toss her into the getaway vehicle instead. The authorities were able to eventually track all of them back to The authorities were able to eventually track all of them back to an apartment where they were planning to force her to marry a third person. Exactly how they all knew each other remains a mystery to this day. Number 10, the impossible plane. A person is filming a strange aircraft outside of their home as it performs mysterious maneuvers that they've never seen before. There's not a single cloud in the sky, yet the airplane appears to be blinking in and out of existence. It completely disappears after a while and never returns. What strikes me as odd is the sheer number of comments from YouTubers who claim that they were searching for the exact same thing after they had seen it flying around their home. Everything from UFOs to new cloaking technology has been suggested. I'll leave you with a different video of the same type of plane, this time taken years later. There are tons of these kinds of videos floating around, and they seem fairly legitimate. Let me know what you think. Thank you, Josette. Shout out Morris. I also see a question, how do you get great material for your stories? And I owe that all to the writers that I work with. They do tremendous research. I also see, I live in Houston. What do you think of Hurricane Harvey? Well, I have a really close friend and some members of the team who I'm also very close with. I should call them friends as well, because that's what they are. And so far, I guess what I'm trying to say is so far, they seem to be doing good. What I've heard on the news, though, is that it's been absolutely horrible, the damage there. So my wishes, I want to say my prayers, I guess, but not overly religious. I guess my thoughts are out to them, and I just really hope that everyone is okay in this outcome. Number 9, the white car. This dash cam catches a strange disappearance on the road that is hard to fully explain. Pay attention to the white car ahead. Look closely and you'll see how the car clearly goes out of sight while still remaining in the center lane. I thought that maybe the vehicle became hidden behind a trail of snow and turned off somewhere. But then I realized the car is tightly flanked by traffic on both sides and never has an opportunity to turn. In other words, it doesn't look like it could have done anything other than continue straight. Number 8. The recording. A YouTuber named More Bad Ideas is riding his bike late at night. He normally would never go out at this odd hour, but he just got home from vacation and he just can't wait until the morning break. but he just got home from vacation and he just can't wait until the morning breaks to ride again. It's a decision that he will soon regret. He's popping wheelies down empty streets and old parking lots when he comes across a random golf ball sticking out from a sewer grate. He's amused and throws it around for a bit. He's amused and throws it around for a bit. It lands in some grass next to something much weirder. A camcorder laying in a wet plastic bag. The camera still has a memory card and some battery life, so he curiously presses play. In case you couldn't see the screen clearly, the video shows a woman tied to a chair, whimpering. Suddenly, a car puts its high beams on and floors it towards him. He hops on his bike and narrowly gets away. He sees the person chasing him one more time a short while later, and then he barely escapes again. Shout out Night Gaming. So far, the subreddit is going good. I mean, the support so far, I think we're sitting at about 800 and 900 subscribers. I was not expecting that, because honestly, I'm not overly sure the best way of going to building a Reddit community, but you know, I can't complain with that. I'm very happy and very thankful, so I guess we just got nowhere to go but up, and we'll see what happens with it. I think my idea for it is this kind of a place where people can submit videos like the ones shown in my content and analyzed. And I also see a ton of scary story submissions there. So my idea right now is whichever are the most popular, maybe once a month, I'll dedicate a narration video to those stories. But that'll obviously be down the road. But in case you guys want to go subscribe to the subreddit, it's r/chillsnarrator. Number 7, Walmart. There's little to no backstory on this video. A girl is standing outside of Walmart when a van pulls up right in front of her. She's too busy looking at her phone to notice the doors swing open and a group of men charge straight at her. Hardly any shoppers react as the van speeds off with her screaming inside. One thing I don't understand is why the cameraman was filming this location before anything happened. Either this is some kind of social experiment, or he is working with the people who took her. Maybe she was a target, and the video he was taking of her was proof so that they got paid. So I'll take some questions that the moderators have been sending my way. What got you into scary stories? I think I just sort of stumbled upon them originally. I think it was Reddit No Sleep. And even before that, I really liked creepypastas online. My favorite one, which I know my friend Mad Mike has just recently done, was the King of the Hill Lost episode. And ever since then, I guess I kind of became fascinated with them, and you guys seem to really enjoy the videos that I made about them, so it was a perfect match. what's the most horrifying thing that's ever happened to you? I will give that some thought and get back to that question. I'm sure if, something horrifying has happened to me, I'm not thinking about it constantly, but I'll definitely try to think about what was the most horrifying thing that's ever happened to me. But I'm sure it's already locked away in the back of my mind. When are you releasing the merch? Whenever I just get around to building the website and all of the, I guess basically the things that need to be sorted out on my end, because I want like a smooth release. I want it to be something that I've created myself rather than just going through one of these sites, which I'm sure works for some people quite well, but I would just rather take more of a personal approach. It'll definitely be this fall. I'm hoping for September, but we will wait and see. Also see Snapchat. I have a personal Snapchat, but I never use it. Who inspires you to make these videos? I guess, well, you guys, not to sound corny, but I mean, the fact that you guys can find entertainment in these videos that I make, makes it all worthwhile. I mean, even what I was saying before in Markbot's interview, like I wanted to be a YouTuber since I was a child, so the fact that this sort of content, which I very much enjoy making, gives me that ability to do so is just, a dream come true. Also see, hey, what's up? How's life? From Galvin. Life is good right now. Just focusing on the positives and yeah, I really have nothing to be complaining about. I hope the same for you. You guys haven't been able to tell yet, I'm a little nervous when it comes to these live streams. It's just it's quite a lot of pressure just not to have any sort of screw ups, but this is something that I want to keep doing, so hopefully I'll just get better with it over time. But anyways, I will get back to narrating the script. Number 6. Plane gets eaten. Plane gets eaten. A YouTuber named Justin Martinez is recording some planes near his house when he notices one of the planes has extremely sporadic flight patterns, almost as if it is stalking the other one. Then this happens out of nowhere. The plane is suddenly scooped up and fully disappears. When you zoom in and slow down, you can see it's probably not a plane, but rather a UFO. It flies up and away from the scene at a high rate of speed. I think this video might be CGI because it does look a little grainy. Other people in the comments section, however, have proposed that it's everything from flying insects to the same thing that took down the Malaysian Flight 370 not too long ago. Number 5. The Ghost Bike. This video was recently recorded by an astonished motorist. While on a highway in Paris, you can see that the motorcycle clearly has no driver. Yet it is somehow able to remain upright and steer all by itself while traveling at highway speeds. News outlets report that the motorcycle's owner may have fallen shortly before this video was taken, but that still doesn't explain how the motorcycle was able to travel by itself for such a long period of time. I guess it's possible that the driver could have been hit at just the right angle to keep the bike going straight. And perhaps they had the bike on cruise control. But that all seems like a one in a million chance. I guess it's possible that the driver could have been knocked off at just the right angle to keep the bike going straight, and perhaps they had the bike on cruise control. But that seems like a 1 in a million chance. If you can verify the name of the person who fell off this bike, then please let us know. Until then, the driver seems to have either never existed or else mysteriously disappeared. This is a good question I just saw in the chat from Daniel. Do you ever think some of the content you post is fake? Yes, I do. But in the end, people are believing it's real. I'm just providing my analysis on these videos, and in the end, it's for you to decide whether you think they're real or fake. Which I feel like is kind of a missed point when it comes to my content. I'm not trying to prove to you guys that this content is real, but in the end it has quite an entertaining aspect to it, which I really enjoy. Because even before I was making these videos, I did really enjoy just sort of the mystery around this type of videos. And thanks again, Connor. Yes, I do love Rick and Morty. It's easily my favorite show right now. I loved the episode last night. Blue Flame, you are noticed. Number 4. The High Beam. A truck is hauling down a German roadway. When it's brought to a sudden stop by something that's seemingly not of this world. A bright beam of light fills the sky and lifts the truck's wheels high off the road. I can't tell if this strange flash really happened, or if someone took a news clip of a normal... I can't tell if this strange flash really happened, or if someone took a news clip of a normal roadway and added special effects. It looks like it could be doctored footage of it. So if you guys are wondering why I stop sometimes and switch out words, it's just because now with, I guess, post-ad boycott, there's certain words that trigger YouTube's algorithms and go, well, we don't want to run ad. Well, I guess it identifies the videos as sensitive content, and words like crash or accident you just can't have in your videos, otherwise they'll get demonetized. It looks like it could be doctored footage of something else, but the truck appears to be driving straight. But the truck appears to be driving straight and should not have gotten into any issues at all. If anyone lives in Germany and knows what happened, especially if you know the driver disappeared or not after this happened, then please let us know. Some more questions here from the moderators that they found in the chat. What's it like to be my favorite YouTuber? Well, that is a good question. It's very humbling in a sense. And at the same time, there's that nice pressure that comes that I don't want to disappoint you since I hold that, I guess, status. But in the end, I really appreciate your support, and I will try to make you happy with the content that I make. Ever tried a Ouija board? Yes, I have, twice. The first time, it was in this abandoned house, and we made it ourselves. And nothing happened except we heard footsteps from above us, but I suspect that someone may have been living in that house, and that was sort of the reasoning behind it, because, you know, it had been abandoned for a long time, so I would not be surprised at all if that was the case. Is there any content off limits for you personally? Over time, I've kind of learned that it's almost, I just find it inappropriate talking about certain cases of death or videos that strictly revolve around death. And I know I've made videos like that in the past, but it's just, over time, I've just kind of shied away from it, and I probably won't be making any videos specifically about that in the future. Have you ever considered going to haunted locations around your area and trying to capture some paranormal activity of your own? Yes and no. I find the videos where people explore abandoned places quite interesting, and I was almost tempted to do something like that. Sort of an idea I have in the works right now is like sort of a documentary style content on some of these more famous haunted places. And while I talk about them, you know, how I normally do in my videos, it would be actual shots that a videographer and I have captured there. So yeah, definitely something in the future. Galvin Eugene Joseph Craig. Hope you're happy. And I should probably finish up the rest of the script. Number 3, The Wanderer. This footage was taken in 2014 in Jackson, Wyoming. A man is walking past a local bank when suddenly he fades away. Look closely and you can see 2 tiny white dots 4 feet as he takes a few more steps and then vanishes completely. Everything from time traveling to human holograms has been suggested as possible explanations, but I think that the camera may have simply lagged for a few frames or something like that. Either way, the person's identity has never been revealed, so we'll never know what happened for certain. Number 2, The Traveler. A woman was caught disappearing on multiple CCTV cameras at the same time. The incident made the news, and basically nobody is certain what happened. Take a look at these two completely different angles. I can understand a camera malfunction. I can understand a camera malfunction happening once, but the chances of it happening to 2 separate cameras at the same time is very slim. I don't understand how this could happen, and I'm eager to read your opinions. Do you think that this woman has truly disappeared? Number 1, Target. A woman is walking outside of a Target store when a van pulls up and a strange man gets out. Another woman joins him, and together they pick her up and pull her towards the vehicle against her will. A third accomplice helps them shove her inside the van and they drive off. Meanwhile, a concerned crowd gathers around. Someone in the comments section said that this may have happened in Florida and that the people taking her away were her family. I can't find any news articles though, and this explanation, if true, only solves the mystery halfway. If this is the true reason, then where were they going? Why were they in such a hurry? And why didn't she want to go with her own family? And there we go. That is 12 people who vanished caught on video. I'm going to take a few more questions that the moderators have sent my way and then probably take a quick break. What is your favorite scary story? And I believe, if I look back, it was the number 1 in the first scary story video I made in top 15s. And I think it was finding that story that sort of inspired the list to begin with. Favorite YouTubers? That is a good question. I really like DJ Academics just because I'm a big fan of hip hop. I really like Video Game Donkey. Should go through my subscription list and see who do I end up watching the most. But I feel like lately I haven't been watching a whole lot of YouTube. I feel like that's what's kind of hindering my ability to answer this question. It's been a busy summer, so haven't really had a lot of time to catch up on the channels I like. Is that your everyday voice? Yes and no. Yeah, I guess it kind of depends on the situation, but I feel like if I'm around someone that I'm more friendly with, that, you know, I'll talk more, it's like almost of a less monotone sort of voice. I guess it's just like maybe when I'm excited, I guess my voice kind of changes. How do you come up with your lists? Well, every time I have an idea for a topic, I'll write it down in my notes on my phone, and then when it's time to give a writer a new topic, I'll usually go through and find, you know, until it's that one that I really like, even if it's in the moment, and then they take it from there. And like I was saying before, just do a fantastic job when it comes to research and writing about these entries. I see. Can you tell us how you started your YouTube career? Well, I feel like I just started uploading, and once I found some success with the content I was making, I just didn't stop that, and here we are now. But I feel like a lot of it is consistency. But anyways, I'm going to take a quick 5-minute break, and I will be back after that. Hi everyone. So over the break, I was just talking with my writer Shell, who her and her boyfriend and also my editor Kenneth are both in Houston right now. And she had brought to my attention something that I should have done sooner, and that was post links of basically sources and places to go if you want to help out with the hurricane relief. And I've now posted those in the description. If you do want to help out, those links will give you all the information that you need. It's sounding like things are getting pretty serious, so I'm going to be wrapping up this stream soon. I just want to, stay updated with them. And honestly, it doesn't really feel appropriate just to be continuing just narrating videos while this is happening to friends of mine. So I think on that note, I'm going to wrap things up. If you do want to help out with the hurricane relief, the links are right there in the description. Pardon me. I wish everyone who's watching this in the affected area, I hope they stay safe, and they are in my thoughts. And for everyone who's watching right now, thank you for your support. Sorry I'm cutting this short, but just doesn't really feel appropriate at this time. Well, I hope everyone has a good night, and see you guys later.